Hello everyone, welcome to my quick short video today. What I want to discuss today is one news report that came out yesterday, and it's about federal agency under cyber attack. And once I read some more about what kind of attack was going on, I found out that it's the CVE 2019-11510 that's got exploited. That's the most likely scenario that's discussed in that article. And the first thing that you notice, the CVE, the release year is this 2019. So that vulnerability was released at least a year back. And when I looked at it, a patch was actually available in April of 2019. Okay, so why do we have this problem now? Okay, so I'll give you the link of this particular article where I first noticed this particular news. This is from the CISA. Okay, and so generally what happened, this is the report ID. You can also Google search on that one, AR202268A. So basically one of the federal agency, they didn't release the name which federal agency, that's Enterprise Network. It was compromised recently. So what happened, the user accounts got compromised, malware was installed to reverse socket secure the SOX proxies, then the malware established, uh, and they exploited the weakness in agency's firewall. Okay, so how it happened? So what they have said, they didn't completely pinpoint exactly how the credentials got compromised, but they found out that they were unpatched agency VPN server, and someone can exploit that because that server had this CV 2019-11510, and that's a vulnerability within the Pulse Secure firewall. Okay, the release, they Pulse Secure released a patch in April 2019. The most likely what happened, somebody they didn't install the patch for whatever reason, and the vulnerability was still there. It was a remote code execution type vulnerability, didn't need any authentication, so must have exploited the vulnerability to get credentials of multiple users with Microsoft Office 365 accounts and also domain administrator accounts. Okay, so once you have all that, okay, you can definitely use those accounts to install whatever you want, do whatever you want to do in your system. So recommended fix is, first of all, you patch your system, identify your problem, have a good vulnerability management solution for your enterprise. uh, Unused open ports, close them, and check for large outbound files and see what they are, and disable if you have any unexpected and unapproved protocols, especially that are going outbound to the internet, such as SSH, SMB, and the RDP protocol. All right, so one thing I wanted to quickly look at some more, so I'm just gonna get that CV ID over here, come down over here, and just do a quick search on it. It will take me to common place I go usually. One is the NIST vulnerability database, and you have the vulnerability from other vendors as well. And if you look at it, the GitHub, they looks like they already have a exploit that's available. So let's just take a quickly look at it in here. So look at that. So this exploit for arbitrary file read on Pulse Secure SSL VPN CV 2019-11510. So that's like crazy to have this vulnerability still present in our Pulse Secure when we know that an open exploit is available in GitHub. Would you not think so? So let's go back. So the first thing that we should usually go here just to check the severity of this particular vulnerability, and you look at it. Oh my god, it's the NIST NDP base score is 10. I mean, nothing could be worse. 10 is the highest vulnerability score that you can get. So just by looking at it, even if I don't look at anything else, I would probably think it's the worst possible vulnerability to have in our system, and anybody most likely very easily could exploit my network. And if you look at the current description over here in Pulse Secure, Pulse Connect Secure 8.2, before 8.2, these versions, an unauthenticated remote attacker can send specially crafted URI to perform an arbitrary file reading vulnerability. So really, I don't need any authentication. I could be anyone. I could exploit this vulnerability and get you sensitive data. That's pretty much all of it that you need to know about this vulnerability. And so if you have this, I would highly recommend evaluate your risk immediately and definitely plan for patching. Hopefully you already have it patched. One thing that I noticed in my career, that a lot of time your asset management is not good enough. So maybe you have patched this vulnerability in some of the assets, but somehow you have some assets that is not managed properly, is not maintained properly, so you just missed patching those systems. So have a good asset management system if you are in that condition. uh, and on the top of it, also play and plan for your vulnerability assessment periodically, maybe weekly or monthly basis, but have a schedule. Understand what kind of vulnerability you have in your system, rate them, identify which of them are critical, and come up with a patching schedule and do not miss it. Like, for example, if this vulnerability in the patch was released last year in April, and this is like September of 2020, I would not imagine that you should have it for over like year and a half in your system without any patch. Okay, so I think the point, what did we learn, is still even today a lot of vulnerability, a lot of exploits that are going on. They are really not everyone is doing a very sophisticated attack. There are sophisticated attacks are also going on, but a lot of attacks could be prevented if you have a good vulnerability management solution, good asset management solution, where you periodically scan your assets, you know what to scan, and you identify your vulnerability and you just apply the patches, and that's about it. So if you have a good vulnerability management program, follow it. If you don't have any, build one, get all the tools necessary to be successful and be secure. That's all for today. I hope it's a good lesson for everyone, and be safe. Thank you for watching.